So, Hari Om everyone, and continuing with the definitions of what or how is moksha understandable. As we said yesterday, what are the symptoms of moksha? Of course, a very general way of saying it, but how would you describe a jnani? What would be his state of living, of being, of existence? How does he express life? How does he contact life? How does he share the same planet? Let's put it this way. We all live in the same planet, but how each one of us contacts the planet is so independent to each one of us. How does an Ajnani contact his living avastha, his living state? How does he contact the planet? Everything that constitutes his life. How does a Jnani contact the planet? How does the Jnani contact life? How does Jnani contact everything that constitutes life? This portion has said that Jnanam once established, we must pause a little to give its due, to remind ourselves that Atma Jnanam is the topic and sadhanas have already been spoken of in this chapter. How does a person, Ajnani, conduct his life, takes on the Jnana sadhanas and makes, through those sadhanas, makes the vision of Jnanam firm in his perception. So he does not identify beings as different. He does not see that life here or there, one side of the planet, another side of the planet, based on color, based on gender, based on age, based on avastha. He doesn't see any differentiations in anything. Life force means the life principle, and life principle basically means the tattvam. That tattvam which is expressing as life but is not tangible in sight. You cannot objectify that life principle. No, you can objectify anything that your senses can contact. But is this life principle, and that's again just a word we are using, you have to translate the meaning in your own self. Is this tattvam ever explorable through the senses, contactable through senses? If it is not contactable through senses, then you cannot know it as something out of you, outside of you. You cannot see it as something, you cannot smell it as something, etc. You cannot understand tattvam as one entity as another. These two will not happen. These two cannot happen together. No? When we are in the stage of grasping and absorbing the knowledge, we see knowledge as something further off from us. Paroksha. It is distant. The perception of Atma Jnanam is understandable with reference to some Jnani, but it is not referencing to our own self. This aspect of clarity through the sadhanas. See, let us understand once again that mere knowledge of letters, mere uchcharan of letters, mere meter of letters, capacity to read it, capacity to read many interpretations, capacity to be logically available to them. Great, great capacities to be helpful. But to conclude that through this you are becoming a jnani, no. Have the jnana sadhanas been introduced in life? What are these jnana sadhanas? Has there been an emphasis where the jnana has been primary and the jiva, the individual, the one who is in the process of learning this knowledge, this individual sees himself as just an instrument which is here now, do not know for how long, and in that process between two life breaths that he is certain he has just lived with, he doesn't know there are any more coming. He ensures that those life breaths have to some degree gone to understanding, to practice as in quote unquote, to establish in the vision of the knowledge that he is learning all along as he goes. Because you're in the fourth chapter, let's just presume that we have done 3 chapters very thoroughly. We have done a lot more, but we are not talking about that. Even if you say just the 3 chapters, there is a whole lot of knowledge that has been absorbed. What is Jnana Sadhana? Simple thing. Atma Satyam. If Atma is Satya, Anatma is Mithya. Jagat is Satyam or Mithya to you? Has that process got discovered? हमें दुनिया सत्य दिखती है कि मिथ्या दिखती है? हमें दुनिया कैसी लगती है? अगर हम कहें कि हमें दुनिया सत्य दिखती है, then that means I still need to work on my thinking. My thinking has to evolve with the help of Shastra Jnana. And this aspect of learning, he says here, once you get more and more absorbed in knowledge, that's the time you start seeing these changes. What are the changes? He says the first thing that happens is the confusions with reference to what is right and wrong, real, unreal, these confusions disappear. ना आज हमें जिंदगी में जब भी कुछ डिसीजन लेने होते हैं, and we all realize that we need to take decisions based on certain future factors which are unknown, and that is why the conflicts are there. Now, when you transfer your life ahead, that point you realize that you do not know much today based on which you should be taking your decisions. And you see there is in your own self, a lot of us, if you look at our own faces in the mirror at that time when we are in a dilemma, when we are in conflict, there are these brows that come together and there is this darkness of the face because the negativity stretches ahead. So you go like that and there is भाव बदलता है. अंतकरण का भाव चेहरे पे दिख जाता है because that confusion is evident. But ask yourself, is this confusion pertaining to the continuity of Jivatvam, or is this confusion pertaining to absorbing the knowledge to understand whether I am the individual or not in the first place? And we will realize that most of our disturbances are not pertaining to Atma and Atma. Our disturbances are Atma and our disturbances are clearly pertaining to the internet. Our disturbances are clearly pertaining to Anatma and Anatma. Anatma to Anatma means when I say 5 साल बाद मेरी जिंदगी, 10 साल बाद मेरी जिंदगी, मेरे बच्चों की जिंदगी, मेरे grandchildren के लिए, मेरी health, what are we conflicted about? We are conflicted about this life, this form. Is this jnana sadhana? Definitely, when you understand even this question, you know this is not a jnana sadhana. Means on one hand, we continue with the study of the Gita and the Vedanta, and on the other hand, we also continue the drishti of jivatvam. the sadhana is not happening. So what happens is continuity of the Jivatvam and emphasis of this Jivatvam and highlighting the Jivatvam as being essential for my existence. What the previous verses had said is anybody who converts his life, anyone who converts his life towards the spiritual marg, towards his own discovery of the spiritual existence, towards or introduces it in his own life in such a way that one of the major goals of life should be to know yourself. That should be one of the major goals of life. Between two breaths that I have just lived, where did the breath get expended for? He says, once the knowledge, you've done the sadhanas, and slowly over a period of time, हैरानी नहीं लगती है कि मैं आत्मा हो सकता या हो सकती, हैरानी नहीं लगती बुद्धि में, आज हमको एक हैरानी लगती है सुन के आई एम आत्मा. The minute you are talked from a जीवत्वम standpoint, you say हाँ now it's making sense. अब ठीक है, ये जो कह रहे हैं ये ठीक है, whatever they are saying is right, whatever they are saying seems to make sense. Suddenly when you're spoken of from the individual standpoint, everything seems to be falling into place and everything seems correct, and उसमें थोड़ा सा extra. But when the knowledge pertains to say तुम ये form ही नहीं हो, forget name, you're not a form, this body only you're not. अगर ये form ही नहीं है तो इस फॉर्म से जुड़ा कुछ भी कैसे है? जेंडर फॉर्म से जुड़ा है, रिलीजन फॉर्म से जुड़ा है, बर्थ फॉर्म से जुड़ा है, जाना फॉर्म से जुड़ा है, रिलेशन फॉर्म से जुड़े हैं, खाना पीना फॉर्म से जुड़ा है, एंटरटेनमेंट फॉर्म से जुड़ा हुआ है, सब कुछ फॉर्म से जुड़ा हुआ है. जब फॉर्म तुम नहीं हो तो फिर व्हाट इज ऑल दिस जुड़ाव? Where is between the two breaths life gone? He says the one जिसको ये हैरानी नहीं होती धीरे धीरे कि आई एम नॉट दिस फॉर्म, जब उसको ये हैरानी नहीं होती, अब उसकी बुद्धि आश्चर्य में इस बात पे नहीं आती कि ओह एम आई नॉट दिस फॉर्म, उसकी बुद्धि में ये ग्रास्पिंग आने लगती है कि देयर इज द पल्सेटिंग लाइफ which is not restricted to this form, life which is not restricted to the form. That pulsating life, he says, the one who knows, uska moh gets destroyed, has no more state of delusion. Mix up nahi hota hai of the form and the formless. Then he says the bhed, nivritti has happened. Both these were spoken of in 35th verse. He no longer sees the divisions of the world, me, the individual, and Brahman, God, Tattvam, whatever word you want to use. 36th verse, which we covered, is where he says that once the knowledge is firm, however much one may emphasize this, we may lose the context of it. कितना भी हम समझ लें कि ज्ञान हमारी दृढ़ हो रही है, he says one of the greatest lakshanas or indicators of it is that knowledge destroys all karma phal. It destroys all that is keeping you bound to the cycle of form to form. I will repeat this. What is keeping you associated with form to form? If you understand what it means fully, in this life I have this form. This form will go away. Definitely. It is not permanent. It is temporary. This form goes away. I don't go away. I assume another form. So what really is happening is my journey from one form to another form. What is determining my existence in a particular form? What is ensuring, or how do I place what contributed to this form's association with me? Each one of us has uniqueness about ourselves. And I find myself a unique individual associated with that form. I just said the form ends. खत्म होना है, हमें पता है. This ending of the form, is it the ending? No. Form to form, yet again another form. This form to form, what has brought this force to get another form? Where did that force generate from? What determined what form you come back with? What form you gain again? That Shastra's drishti is, within this form, we are not going back from here. We are assuming, let's start this form. Within this form, your steadiness of perception is that you are the individual. ये बदला नहीं है आपके पूरे जीवन में आपको कभी शक नहीं आया कि you are not this form. The steadiness has been कि आप ये शरीर हो. इस मनोवृत्ति के साथ कि मैं ये शरीर हूं, इस मान लेने के साथ, presuming कि मैं ये शरीर हूं, आप certain हो, you have felt inadequacies. You don't feel complete. And you have utilized your breath force in doing actions, your capacities, utilizing your capacities in doing actions. Those capacities are in the form of your organs of action, means your hands, your feet, your speech, your thinking, mind, perception. You utilize this to complete yourself, to fulfill yourself, to find completeness, and your identity of completeness, your identification of completeness is that you think you will be happy hereafter. ये जो आपने साइकिल परपेचुएट किया है ना, साइकिल आपको नहीं पता, अज्ञान अवस्था में हमें नहीं पता कि ये साइकिल परपेचुएट हो गया. हम तो बहुत इनोसेंटली समझ के बैठ गए कि हम कुछ करेंगे, हमें ही कुछ करना पड़ेगा हमारे आनंद के लिए. अगर मैं दुखी हूं तो मुझे ही सुख प्राप्ति की चेष्टा करनी पड़ेगी. और वो जो चेष्टा करना मैंने आरंभ किया है, उस आरंभ को I see it in a very linear way कि it will end when I get the phal of it, and I am very hopeful if I do things right I will get the right phal. And उम्मीद में दुनिया कायम, as we say, in that hope that I will get my happiness finally. And I, in my mind, observe what I say carefully. मेरे मन में मुझे लगता है कि मेरे ये कर्म करके end हो जाएगा. I will get my happiness thereafter. No? Means I do not see anything beyond this. Shastra begins from here to say the first error. It uses many examples. Your first error is that you think that it will end here. What you didn't understand is शरीर से जुड़ के जो आपने कर्म शुरू किया with an idea कि इसमें मुझे आनंद मिल रहा है, आपने उसी में I can hear my echo. आपने उसी में अपना साइकिल परपेचुएट किया है. You have perpetuated a cycle. You have perpetuated a cycle. Let's correct this. Spend another minute on it now. Absorb this. When I start actions associated with the body, I, in my mind, think there will be an end to it one day. खत्म हो जाएगा, मेरा ये स्ट्रगल खत्म हो जाएगी. and thereafter I'll be happy. I in my mind have this. If you identify the linearness of my efforts that I actually see, I'm doing something, tomorrow I will be happy. And I'm hopeful. I do my prayers along with it. Hey Bhagwan, please give me the phal. If I have heard you are the phal data, so please give me the phal in such a way that I will be happy hereafter. Bas. First correction. Do I see that what I have started as an action is actually of a cyclical nature? इस कर्म का एक फल होगा, उस फल को भोगने के लिए फिर से एक अवस्था आएगी, एक सिचुएशन बनेगी, एक हालात क्रिएट हो जाएंगे. वो हालात कैसे क्रिएट हुए, वो सिचुएशन कैसे क्रिएट हुई, वो सिचुएशन बनी कैसे, आई कैसे? I said a little while ago, all of us share the same planet, but none of us share the same circumstances. None of us share the same halat. None of us share the same experiences. That I am sharing a common thing, but I still seem to be having an individual life. ये जो हालात क्रिएट हुए हैं to my life, where did this origin from? In this life itself, he says, whatever karmas you have done with this quote unquote, I just elaborated on the thinking. This quote unquote form of a thinking, whatever karma I generated, I myself have created the halat for it to fructify their results, which I will, the Shastra will use the word, Bhashyakara will use the word upabhogena. I will only be enjoying it. Enjoying is not in the sense of enjoyment. Bhogna. I will be the bhoktritva of it. Means my karma here and now, done with an idea that they should give me some happiness tomorrow or some result tomorrow, is going to create, I have already sown the seeds for it, to create a circumstance, to create an environment in which I will be a participant of that. I will become the experiencer of that. I will find myself experiencing that situation. Now, what did I ask for it? Did I really want exactly that? Did I actually, was I clear in my mind what I asked for? All this we don't take care of. Therefore, at many layers, the action gets perpetuated. This action that gets perpetuated, and I see it as a linear end, Shastra says is cyclical in nature. यही कर्म फल बनता है और वही फल सिचुएशन अवस्था बनती है और वही सिचुएशन अवस्था फिर से कर्म मतलब शरीर के साथ जोड़ती है, फिर से कर्म बनता है. This cyclical existence is what is one word, which is papa. Punyam is also pap. Pap is also pap. Both of them are karma phal. Shastra's vision, for the sake of revision, we have the capacity to perform independent actions. This performance of independent actions are classified in that which I am doing now in this lifetime, which are going to bring a result, means बीज बो रहे हैं हम. This vision is very beautiful for those who grasp it. हमारे कर्म is actually बीज on a fertile ground, seeds. They are seeds. Karma is a seed form. This earth that you see, planet, wherever you find your waking existence, ये आपका भूमि है, कर्म भूमि है. इस कर्म भूमि में वो बीज डल रहे हैं. ये जो बीज डल रहे हैं, these seeds in time are going to be fructifying. So what you are doing in this life is going to contribute to, that बीज बोए हो तो सिचुएशन आएंगी, सर्कमस्टेंसेस आएंगे, वो बीज को अपना मैन्योर मिलेगा, उस सीड को अपना पानी मिलेगा, उस सीड को अपनी सनशाइन मिलेगी, उस सीड के अंदर ही वो फोर्स है. इन द कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट वो सीड के अंदर ही है. आपको उसके बाद कुछ खास नहीं करना पड़ेगा कि वो सीड फूटेगा और सैपलिंग बनेगा. मीन्स दिस सिचुएशन इज बिगिनिंग टू इमर्ज. That sapling itself will become the full grown tree. And that tree of phal जो देना शुरू करता है is your circumstance and situation, and most often मिश्रण होता है. Good and bad, both together. He says here, now, once you have started this with an idea that you wanted something, this was your Ajnana Avastha. Cyclical existence is your Ajnana Avastha. But Ishwar Anugraha, Atma Anugraha, Shastra Anugraha, that little good karma that you may have also sown seed of somewhere in this life we are talking about, that good seed sown also has brought the availability of Vidya. That Vidya sadhanas you have done also in the past. इनकी अब बीज क्या है? He says the seeds of this is that all your generated karmas of the future now, जब आने वाले हैं, आप already बीज बो चुके हैं before the knowledge became firm. Whatever is going to now come, whatever is going to now come with reference to this seed that has got generated, all those in the light of your knowledge, they all get burnt. Nirbij ho jate hain. They become nirbij. Means they lose their potency to create. They lose their potency to create sapling. Papa krittamaha. However many seeds have been sown so far, jitna bhi kiya ho, yesterday we took it in the context of Arjuna. Today we are seeing Arjuna in ourselves. However much we may conclude that I have been a sinner, or I have been in Ajnana Avastha, desperately seeking my happiness and done a lot of things. Good, bad. बहुत सब अधर्म किया होगा in that process. Even simple things, Shastra Drishti, living a life, you cannot escape some form of injury to another life forms. That itself contributes to power. So he says, however much you may have done, Jnanam, knowledge, is that raft, that boat, plavaha, which will cross you through this generated, karma generated samsara cycle. It will cross you through. Which cycle? This generated cycle that we just spoke of. Gyan is that which will kill all the karma phala to come. This life added agami. In the totality of all that you have done so far, sanchita. Both sanchita and agami karmas means even before they will result in another situation for you to be reassociated and re-experience some halat, the karma would be destroyed. जब कर्म ही डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया तो कर्म फल तो डिस्ट्रॉय हो ही गया, क्योंकि अब वो फल दे ही नहीं, पेड़ ही नहीं बनेगा वो। जब आपने बीज ही जला दिया तो अब वो पेड़ कैसे बनेगा? That means all the future situation and circumstances that you have sown seeds for, जिसका आप भोगी बनोगे, you will have to go through the experience of it. The entire thing has been destroyed. When you say the entire thing has been destroyed, then he says there is one karma which is not destroyed by knowledge. And that karma is what you have come through with this life. So 36th and 37th verse are both, I'm putting them together. The vision is two examples taken. Two examples are 36th verse, ocean is associated with samsara. We find ourselves already with a lot of confusions and misplaced identities in ourselves. हमें पता ही नहीं हम हैं क्या, सिंपल। जब हमें नहीं पता हम क्या है तो हम बहुत कुछ इम्पोज करते हैं अपने पे. Once this misplaced identity is formed, thereafterwards, in this ocean, Jnanam is the boat which will take you across. Then 37th verse he says, just as fire burns away everything that is in as a fuel state, whatever can be burnt, fire will burn everything. In the same way, Jnana ki Agni burns away all the karmas. So, Jnana Agni burns all karmas. You can see the screen. You can see the verses. Okay.
Yes.
So, we'll just chant this verse. यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः
भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि
भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः
भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा.
So he says, Yathai Thamsi. The first word, Yathai Thamsi. This word is Yatha Edhamsi. And Edhamsi means Indhan, fuel. Just as Yatha, जैसे ईंधनों को just as fuel. And in Shankara's example, it will be like wood, etc. Samithaha agnihi bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. This is as many words. Samithaha agni bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. Samithaha agni, prajvalit agni, something that is well lit, conflagration of fire. Bhasmasat kurute, does, kurute, भस्म कर देता है. किसको? एधामसी को. जस्ट एज जो समिद्ध अग्नि है, प्रज्वलित अग्नि है, भस्मय कर देती है. हे अर्जुन, सब भस्म होने वाली चीजों को reduces to ashes well lit fire. तथा, in the same way, the last word tatha, wherever there is a yatha, there will be a tatha. Yatha, just as, tatha, so too. Tatha, वैसे ही, in the same manner, that means there will be something which will be equatable to fire and there will be something which will get equated to the fuel, wood. What is the fire? So, Jnana Agnihi. The fire is Jnana Rupa Agni, the fire of knowledge. Knowledge is akin to the fire. And just as fire burnt wood, what will Jnana Agni do? Now, Jnana Agni is not a literal Agni. It's not a physical Agni. Physical fire, being physical, destroys something physical. Wood, etc. Jnana Agni is not a physical Agni. So if there is Prajvalit Jnana, well lit fire of knowledge, means knowledge is well lit, which means clear, which means vibrant, which means doubtless, which means knowledge which is in which there is no sanshaya. There is only the knowledge. It's clear. It's as clear as, just now when there was no pollution a few days ago, and we all saw over here also blue sky, which was like, when did we last see such blue skies? Clear. Everything, far, far places you could see clearly. Means जिसकी अग्नि ज्ञान की प्रज्वलित है, means ज्ञान उसका प्रज्वलित है, means ज्ञान has well formed itself. What does it do? He says, Sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute. It destroys all karmas. All karmas bhasma kar deta hai, reduces them to ashes. It reduces them to ashes. Just as fire reduces all fuel to ashes, so too clear knowledge in one reduces all karmas to ashes. All karmas here means what? Why the two different states? Previous verse only pap was introduced. In this verse, by saying all karma, he introduces the punya karma also. But in the punya karma, he emphasizes in the bhashyam later, this punya karma alone gave birth to this life form, to your form now, in which you pursued knowledge. Our vision is very clear. If you've come to knowledge, you are come to knowledge for continuity of your knowledge. That your knowledge is not well lit yet. That is why you are continuing it along with all the other things that you continue to do in a Jiva Drishti. But the fact is that you are lighting the knowledge along with it. What does it destroy? He says, this punya karma which has brought you to this life form, that part of it which has become prarabdha now, except that prarabdha punya karma, means prarabdha karma. Punya karma here because you're already in knowledge. The Shastra is saying to that person whose knowledge has got firm. This is talking to the Jnani. That person whose knowledge has become firm, uske sab karam, Means all his good future actions, everything is reduced to ashes for the simple reason, as we said in the introduction, when an action was done with a sense of incompleteness associated with the body, we called ourselves kartas. We are called karta. मैं करता हूँ, मैं कर रहा हूँ, मुझे करना है. That anxiety inside, that anxiousness inside, कि कुछ करना है, कुछ करना है, कुछ बनना है, कुछ पाना है, कुछ होना है, that जो which is actually the fuel in us, which drives us to do things which we have goals for, we have dreams for, we have lists made, dream lists we have that we must accomplish in this lifetime. That dream list that we have makes us the karta of it. This karta, Gyan does what? When the fire of knowledge is prajvalit, lit up well, it has burnt away the karta, reduced to ashes. There is no karta buddhi because karta buddhi was with association with this body. When the knowledge is lit that you are the seer of it all, you're the adhishthan of it all, you are Brahman, you are Atman. When you are Nirgunam, you are birthless, you are deathless, you are Nityam, you are Sarvagatam. You know, when that buddhi has got established, the Karta buddhi has got bhasma. And where the Karta buddhi has got bhasma, definitely everything there's no seed left. There is nothing that is now in a form that it can potentially emerge again. So here he says in the translation, हे अर्जुन, जिस प्रकार प्रज्वलित अग्नि ईंधनों को भस्ममय कर देती है, वैसे ही ज्ञान रूप अग्नि संपूर्ण कर्मों को, शुभ और अशुभ को भस्ममय कर देती है. And just as well-lit fire reduces every fuel like wood to ashes, so too, O Arjuna, the fire of knowledge reduces all actions to ashes. And idea being, once again, summarizing it, well-lit fire is the point. ज्ञान की साधना करके ऑटोमेटिकली ज्ञान स्थिर बनता है और जिसका ज्ञान स्थिर हुआ है उसके सब कर्म और कर्म फल भस्म हो गए. And to convey this, Shankara gives very beautiful bhashyam for this, and we will take up the bhashyam now. यथा एधांसि
यथा इहांसि
काष्ठानि समिद्धः सम्यक् इत्थः
काष्ठान काष्ठानि समिद्धः सम्यक् इद्धः
दीप्तः अग्निः
दीप्तः अग्निः
भस्मसात्
भस्मसात्
भस्मीभावः कुरुते.
भस्मीभावं कुरुते.
हे अर्जुन,
हे अर्जुन,
take this much first. So again, yatha edhamsi. Here you see yatha edhamsi. So what is this edhamsi? He says kasthani. Kasthani means firewood. Any burnable wood, not wet wood, firewood. So yatha, just as wood. Samithaha means, again here, moolam, samyak iddhaha. And samiddhaha means samyak iddhaha, and iddhaha means deeptaha. Deeptaha is referring to what? Agni. So he says samyak, fully, well lit, well kindled fire, which is Deeptaha, illumined, which is मतलब प्रज्वलित है, fully lightened up. Bhasmasat, bhasmi bhavam. Bhasmasat is again in the Moolam. All Shankara gives the meaning is bhasmi bhavam. Bhasmasat means it gets into the essence of, reduces it to bhasma. Uska, it's not a literal ashes, obviously, but just as firewood literally reduces to उसका रूप हो जा, भस्मी भाव means उसका रूप ही ash बन जाता है. In other words, wood, because of fire, reduces its state to becoming an ash. Bhasma ho jata hai. Bhasma. That is why you have all the pandits putting bhasma on their forehead, indicating with sampradaya and things. That bhasma on the forehead, tilakam, meant that they are in the process of gaining this pursuit with which they want to reduce everything to ashes. Their karmas should be reduced to ashes. And Jnanam is the reason for which it will reduce to ashes. So Krishna is telling, hey Arjun, Jnanam eva
एव
Agnihi Jnana Agnihi
अग्निः ज्ञान अग्निः
Sarva Karmani
सर्वकर्माणि
Bhasmasat Kurute
भस्मसात् कुरुते
Tatha
तथा
Nirbiji Karoti Ityarthaha.
निर्बीजीकरोति इत्यर्थः.
So he says, Jnanam eva Agnihi. Jnana Agnihi. Shankara is giving the Sanskrit breakup of Jnana Agni. I have said many times there are compounds in Sanskrit, and these compounds can sometimes be interpreted, and based on the interpretations, the whole vision can change. So, Jnana, wherever Shankara finds that there is a scope of seeing it as another interpretation of a samasa, he gives the vigraha of that samasa, that compound, so that we do not mistake it to be another compound whereby the tatparyam will change. So what is Jnana Agni? He says Jnanam eva Agnihi. Means wo Agni, it is a Karmadharya Samasa he talks about. He says take this Jnana Agni as Jnan hi Agni hai, not Jnan Agni. Jnan hi Agni hai. Therefore, it is like a metaphor. That Agni is given as a metaphor for knowledge. That Jnana Agni, Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Kurute. It does destroys all karmas to ashes. Tatha also, not only by saying it destroys to ashes, what he means here and which Shankara gives beautiful is nirbiji karoti. Removes the very essence of the karma to produce the result. It removes it, like from a snake, if you remove the fang, the snake is now no longer poisonous. कर्म में से जब उसकी आपने शक्ति निकाल दी कि it should generate another avastha, a situation, a circumstance for you to go through the experience of it, nirbiji karoti. Gyan makes it nirbij. One of the most fascinating, and I would say for a mumukshu, it is one of the hookers, that the whole cycle can end. It is a very attractive thing. That it's not a helpless situation for any mumukshu. If you see any other granthas like we found in Upadesha Sahasari, where the student approaches the teacher, most of the Vedantic Upanishads were where a student approached the teacher with questions in his mind. And his question would be, is it possible for me to end this cycle? He doesn't know that he's generated. Like I said, in Agyan, without Shastra Praman, we will all think that my actions will bring me happiness and they bring me sorrow. I will call myself great Punya Atma or I will call myself Papa, Papi, sinner, a saint or a sinner. Either way, that my actions bring me, everything is a fact. But that I find myself helplessly caught in the cycle. That I do not know if there is an end to it or am I to continue being on this merry-go-round, up and down, up and down, up and down cycle. Kabhi, this giant wheel, is it ever going to be ending? This nirbiji karoti is a hook for a mumukshu. Yes, your actions do not have to continuously be bringing results. Those that have not manifested, you have even accumulated before your pursuit for knowledge started. From there to all the previous sanchita karmas, all of them, nirbiji karoti, at one go, the whole thing is burnt. How we burn, and my example always for Lori. I enjoy that festival for that reason because it always to my mind brings this example. Every time I see on Lori fire lit and people offer their old furniture, everything is in it, all wood, logs of wood, and then we put things like popcorns and til and moongfali, peanuts we put in it. That's the time you realize all of it is getting reduced to non-consumable state. A consumable state is becoming reducing to a non-consumable state. Karma I have done in the past for them to be consumed at another point. Gyan makes them non-consumable. Once they are non-consumable, there is no experience of Dvaitam. There is no experiencer experienced relationship left. That he talks of over here. This sarva karmani nirbija bijatva karanam iti abhiprayah. Sorry, nirbija karoti ityartha. We've done till here. Okay, 2 more minutes. Tasmat
तस्मात्
सम्यक् darshanam
सम्यक् दर्शनं
सर्वकर्मणां
सर्वकर्मणां
निर्बीजत्व कारणम इति अभिप्रायः
निर्बीजत्वकारणम् इति अभिप्रायः
सामर्थ्यात् येन कर्मणा
सामर्थ्यात् येन कर्मणा
शरीरम् आरब्धम्
शरीरम् आरब्धं
तत्प्रवृत्तफलत्वात्
तत्प्रवृत्तफलत्वात्
उपभोगेन एव क्षीयते
उपभोगेन एव क्षीयते
तस्य तावदेव चिरम्
तस्य तावदेव चिरं
यावत् न
यावत् न
विमोक्ष्येथ
विमोक्ष्येथ
सम्पत्स्ये
सम्पत्स्ये
इति श्रुतेः.
श्रुतेः.
Quickly try and consolidate this. Tasmat, therefore. Now he's finished giving the word meaning in a way. Therefore, samyak darshanam. Which jnanam? Not the broken jnanam that we aspire for before our sadhanas. Sun liya, inspire ho gaye, stayed with us half an hour after the class, reminded again afterwards sometimes. This broken in pieces? No, not that one. He says it will be the samyak darshanam which will be the karanam for nirbijatva. That means your comprehensive knowledge, your knowledge being consolidated and your vision is held, like they say in meditation, in upasana, like in a flameless place, in a windless place, the flame is steady. In the same way, that jnana agni that has got lit is steady through all the trials and tribulations of life. Situations will come and situations will go, halat will come and halat will go. The jnana agni that you have lit within yourself, when it is held unwavered, that is samyak darshan, comprehensive knowledge. That becomes the karanam for nirbijatva. That will be the one which will make the karmas ineffective. samarthyat yena karmanam. Then there is a possibility of a question. Over here, Shankara anticipates, but he just quickly answers it. He says there is a possibility that someone would say that if all karmas are burnt for a jnani, that means the minute my knowledge becomes firm, I should vanish. Bhasmi karoti, no? So I should become Bhasmi Karoti. Suddenly you find I am here and then I'm a heap of ash. There is nothing here. Because the knowledge became steady. That means, in other words, if you don't find me in a heap of ash, I am still in Agyanam, but natural because the knowledge is not yet firm. He says there is a possibility that people will think that once the karma gets established, I will disappear, knowledge will make everything burn away. He says, no. What knowledge will do is burn away your agami and your sanchit karma. Even samyak jnanam has no capacity to burn away your prarabdha karma. And this statement is from Chandogya Upanishad and a very famous statement which talks of Jivan Mukti. That means even while alive, knowledge will become firm, and whatever prarabdha karma you were born with, till the prarabdha karma you have bhogod, gone through experience, only experience will exhaust it, only experience will finish it. So, as much prarabdha you have got written before you came to birth, even Samyak Darshan will not kill it, destroy it. So, what will happen? He says Shankara's great contention and Advaita Vedant's contention. So, the possibility of a Jivan Mukti arises. And not only Jivan Mukti arises, when the body prarabdha is over, after that, there is no further regain of a birth. That Videha Mukti also arises in the same logic, in the same contention, because once the burn, Agami and Sanchita burn, there is no further birth back. And to the extent you have Prarabdha here now, to that an extent you are a Jivan Mukta, and that Jivan Mukta, he had said in the 34th verse to the Agyani, go seek such a Jnani for your knowledge. Because who will teach you the knowledge of the Advaitam is only one who has the Samyak Darshan of Advaitam. He can transfer the vision of the Advaitam. So he says over here in this verse, continuing with the previous flow of thought, that Jivan Mukta is the one who is Samyak Darshi. He is still available to teach this forward, being still alive, without any of the prarabdha afflicting him, because he's a jnani. None of the situations affect him. He has made the corrections. He's not the bhogi, he's not the yogi, he's not even the yogi. So, where is the question of being the bhogi? He's risen above it. So, he says, Samarthyat yena karmana. Whatever is the pramanam of the Shastra, the potential, okay, let me put it this way, whatever is the potential that one has come of which karmas which have brought shariram arabdham, which have with which you have gained the sharir, your birth date of this lifetime. जो शरीर आरंभ हो गया है, it starts before but manifestation on your birthday. That प्रारब्धम जो सामर्थ्य था कर्मों में to give this शरीर का आरब्धम, tat pravritta falatvat, and it is already pravritta in giving fructification of the results. So you are still alive. In other words, we are still celebrating our birthdays every year. That I am still, the phal, prarabdha is still bringing about the fructification of the phal, upabhogena eva kshiyate, which will only get destroyed, shiya hoga completely, जिसका छिन्न भिन्न हो जाएगा, destruction हो जाएगा, only by bhoga, upabhogena. So only the experience will destroy the prarabdha karma. And that is the Chandogya Upanishad statement. Tasya tavat eva chiram, with what you are now there, yavat na vimokshe atha sampatsye. As long as that is there, knowledge cannot destroy whatever you have acquired as prarabdha. This is iti shrutehe, Chandogya shrutehe. I will just finish this. Ataha yani
यानि
apravritta
अप्रवृत्तफलानि
ज्ञानोत्पत्तेः प्राक्
ज्ञानोत्पत्तेः प्राक्
कृतानि
कृतानि
ज्ञानसहभाविनि च
ज्ञानसहभावीनि च
अतीत अनेकजन्मकृतानि च
अतीत अनेकजन्मकृतानि च
तानि एव
तानि एव
सर्वाणि
सर्वाणि
भस्मसात् कुरुते.
भस्मसात् कुरुते.
So he says, Ataha, therefore, yani, by those by which apravritta falani jnanotpattehe prak kritani. Before the gyan, prak means before. Before ज्ञान की उत्पत्ति, ज्ञान उत्पत्ते है. Before ज्ञान की उत्पत्ति के, which means those that are अप्रवृत्त फलानि, which have not yet resulted in bringing फल. अभी प्रवृत्त नहीं हुए, they have not got a conducive environment to manifest themselves because your prarabdham is still continuing. So all those that are still in latent form, which have still not taken the fructification of the results before the jnana utpattihi kritani, those karmas that were done, jnana sahabhavini cha, and while in this lifetime you are continuing to acquire some karmas, atita aneka janma kritani cha, those that have brought about otherwise aneka janma, but because of gyan have been burnt, so goes beyond it, atita, cha tani eva sarvani bhasmasat kurute. So those that otherwise would have given future results, all of this sanchita and agami, in other words, all of these karmas bhasmasat kurute. They get reduced by jnanam to becoming non-capable of creating an environment. And with this, the 37.0, the connection was left. He said, Jnanam katham nashayati papam iti sadrishtantam uchyate. Because here he said papa gets destroyed. So Shankara is giving the connection between this verse and this verse. He says that how does the papam get destroyed? That is given in 37th verse along with an example, Trishtant ke saath. And with this, we will end the class and we will take up the question afterwards. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.